If you've ever wondered what was behind all of this stuff in your house, I'm gonna show you. Should I be doing it? Who really knows? Certainly not my landlord. I'll play. I hope he doesn't see that. All right, this is gonna look like I broke this. I didn't. These come off like that. But yeah, so this is the basics of what a switch looks like. I'll take this out to show you. They're all going to be connected in pretty much the same way. The only difference is that this has a dial. So there's actually a piece in here that's varying the voltage that gets delivered to your light as a function of how far you've rotated that knob. Most switches, however, the ones that are just straight on and off, look a lot like this one. So very similar idea here. In this case, we have all these different colored wires. You're going to see that a lot when you have more complicated circuitry. They start having more colors because there's more different routes of power that you need to travel between the house. But it's still going to be the same basic idea. You're going to have power coming in, power coming out, and then a ground wire. So in this case, that ground wire is going to be right here. So in this case, you have a two-way switch, or what we call a two-way switch. So there's a switch here, there's a switch on the other side of the room, and both of these switches connect and interact so that with either of them, you can turn the lights on or off. So in this case, we have an extra wire running here. It's called a traveler wire, but otherwise, usually you'll just have power coming in, it'll go through the switch, then you have power out. And this switch, all it does is cut that connection to the power. So either you have that connection and it's giving power to whatever you're wanting to give it to, or you cut that connection and this thing makes sure that that power doesn't go anywhere. In the case of a two-way switch, it's a little more complicated. Essentially, you have two wires that the power can go out through, and those wires essentially have to match up between these two switches. And that's a very simplified way to say it, but that's essentially what it is. When they do match up, it works. If they're the other one and they match up, it works. But if they're not matching, the power doesn't go through, is essentially a way to look at it. So it means, say that you had like a black power out and a white power out. If they're both white, the power's on. The second you switch one, it turns off. The second you switch either one of them, now they're matching again and it turns back on. So that's how you kind of get that interconnectedness. And it's the same way if you're talking about switches that have, 3 switches that are connected to one light, or 4 or 5. It's all really the same thing. You make these systems where it's just switching them on and off that creates a condition that either matches or doesn't match. But yeah, again, these are the kind of thing. Do you want a professional? Of course. If you can't afford one, is it the end of the world and you have to be without forever? Definitely not. If you got a hankering to fiddle with the things in your home, this can be a very, very, very easy thing to just take a peek at. Make sure you turn your breakers off. I don't want anyone getting hurt. But it's certainly not because of me, but this stuff, you can see literally, did that take me even an hour? Did it even take me 5 minutes? These are the things we can't charge lowly for just because they're simple, because there's so much that goes into doing work for someone else. But if you can do it yourself, oh baby, you're saving some money.